The squirrel groundhog, look. What's these noises? What's these noises, squirrel man? Here. What's going on, squirrel man? Look at him. Alright, he's gonna hold the fort down. We're gonna go try to find some of them little Flint Ridge bird points or a nice pentagonal, real nice old point, something good. That's what we're shooting for. Hi, buddy. Alright, fake squirrel man's holding the fort down. Look at him. I've been in here playing with him for 20 minutes. I dangle like towels when he's on the ground and he climbs up and down them and swings on them. I'll show you him doing that in a couple videos. It's hilarious. Like he's wanting his morning ear rub. Look at him. He's just like a dog. For real, he is. My little dog will come in here when he's in his cage, and squirrel man will bark at the dog, and the dog will bark at him. It's hilarious. I'll try to get that on video too. Squirrel man, you're clawing me. What's going on here? He's as big as a groundhog, folks. Squirrel man, you're going on a diet this summer. You're going on a diet, squirrel man. Later, folks. I'll get back on my first find on the river. It says W. Stanley James right there, and it's a Superior Marine boat. You can see they're pulled in here on the bank. I'm just hitting the river as usual. We're gonna find some artifacts, I guarantee it. Later. Well, folks, I'm back on this beach with all this fly ash, and I didn't look at all these rocks yesterday because it looked like it was gonna rain, or the last time I was here, it wasn't even yesterday. But look here, I missed one. There's a nutting stone right there. Nothing in that side, but that's a pretty solid one with that one nice hole. I'll take that. Put that in the boot now. I'm gonna sift around in here and see if there's any what's in the ground later. All right, I had my GoPro. The water's high. I mean, there was beach clear out into here, and I'm digging out in water out. I don't know. It's about a little over my knees maybe, but I got a point down there in my sifter, and I pulled in here. I had to come get my GoPro and my camera to get pictures, but we'll be back. I got one. The streak is alive. Later. All right, before I pick up that point down there, I wanted to show you that's Brush Creek Church, Crooksville. Says that. Here's some of this green stuff. There's green and red jasper. There's that green stuff. You see all these little finishing flakes of Flint Ridge. There's some of that beautiful green and tan stuff. There's Flint Ridge. So I'm getting some flint, but next clip will be the Arrowhead later. All right, back down here to the screen. This point's kind of rough. It ain't bad though. Can't complain when you're finding them. But right here, man, that's not broke on the base. That's kind of a, you look at it like that, that looks like a Kirk stem, but it's been used as a knife, and it's kind of beat up. That's all use wear coming out here. This isn't damage from farm equipment. And that looks like Coshocton flint. It looks like a Kirk stem, and it's even, you can see the serrations, but they've really beat that one up using it. An Indian had that one for a while, but if you look at it like that, that's a Kirk. I don't think there's any doubt. That ain't bad. We'll see if we can't get a nice Kirk stem. Imagine a perfect one with a needle tip, kind of going in on both sides. It's symmetrical. That'd be worth a month of looking. But not bad. Kind of beat up. You can see what we're getting there. I'll get back at you. All right, I got this. I didn't show it, but check out this awesome fossil. I'll put up pictures. Look at these shells and that. There's just fossil. It's just caked with fossils all over it. I got this too, so I'll get back at you. I'm back where I found all them bird points and the turtles, and look here, there's a turtle right there on the beach, and right there's a flake of Flint Ridge right behind. Look here at this old boy. Hi, buddy. He must have got washed up from boat waves. Look at him. We'll put him out here in the water till he ain't. There he goes, folks. Later. All right. Watch right in front of me here. There's a big grub right there on a, he'll go, right there he is, see him? He's right in front of us. There he went back in the thing. Got a clip of him. I know you saw him there. Alright, I'm out looking. I get something right here. And it's a little rough preform. Pretty cool. Later. I just picked this up. Look at this beautiful piece of Coshocton flint. Wow, I'd like to have a point made out of that. Well, anyway, later. I'm still looking. I got that preform. I just got this granite hammerstone, and it's all just, it's a pretty nice one. It's real heavy. Just found this flake of real high quality flint. But just the preform on this hunt, that first grain did real good. These are the same places I'm walking that I found the 3 points, but I'm not seeing a whole lot. I'm going to give up here maybe and sift around a little bit and then just go someplace else. The boat waves pretty much sanded. Look at the beach, it's pushed stuff all up. Sometimes that happens. Later. I came back out, I found a place off that fly ash where I'm being able to sift, and this has potential. There's a flake. Here's a tip off a point made of Brush Creek chert. It would have been nice, and I got a nice piece of rubbed hematite right here. Look at this piece. You can see the metal in it, like the tool grade, and look at that. That's nice. Nice for one of my frames. That's a good one. Man, and Indians rubbed that for war paint, or to paint like arrow shafts, whatever. Not necessarily war paint, but they painted their bodies and stuff with it for sure, and things they made. But that's a good find. I just got here too. Later. Yeah, I got another point. It's right here. The daggone tip's going. Look at that Madison. Ah. Told you, but I got that one nice one this week. That's a little different style up in this bend. They kind of got ears on them. That's cool though. Just a little missing. Might even be that. Ah, it is. Heck, that ain't broke much. That's the tip right there. I think. Yeah, maybe not. I don't know. Alright, I'm finding stuff. I think it's all like late woodland and Mississippi and stuff, but this ain't bad. Right here, it's a little blade, and it looks like it was hafted right to there. It's probably like some kind of a 4-inch knife, Mississippian, I mean. But that's made pretty well, and that's kind of cool. It's all stained up. It's been down. It was under the clay. I was breaking up the clay in here. I'll get back. I haven't even looked through all this. I might stay here and find a good bit of stuff, but I want to find older stuff in this, so I'll probably move down here after about an hour. Alright, I'm probably gonna have to stay in here a while. Man, my back's hurting today from bending over all week and sifting. But I just got an awesome piece of rubbed faceted hematite. And this stuff is, oh, what's that? Oh, I thought that was a tip. Yeah, there's a flake, see that? That green stuff, but right here, oh, look at this. And you can even see like where they've been holding it. And see how flat it is? You can even see the use marks on it. They were rubbing this on a piece of flat sandstone or another rock and making paint. Man, that's a nice one. Look at that. That might even be, with that flat, I'd say it's a paint stone, but that might be some kind of bar weight. You know, it wouldn't really have to be necessarily finished on the back, but I'd say it's a paint stone. You can see the thumb. Oh, that's nice. That's a daymaker there. Look at that. Not many people find this. It's usually on look, there's a facet right there too. Man, that's nice. And I got two. Go for 4 or 5 of them is a nice display. So I'm gonna have to stay here a while. Later. Alright, gotta get this in the next screen after the paint stain. You know, there's a lot of natural stains that look like this, but this has rubbing on it, and if I look at it under a loupe, I can see it's polished on the inside. I'd say that's a little paint cup. From those, you see all this stuff's laying here right together. This bank's about 6 or 7 foot high, straight up and down, back in that weeds, and the stuff's falling right out of stratified layers. And this stuff was all together. There's like a little, man, I'm finding stuff consistently, but none of it's real nice. It's just all average stuff. But I got another like blade, biface or something. You can see it right here sticking out. Not bad. It's a well-made one. And these look nice, all in frames. You can see it's a little, probably a little knife, or that ain't bad. Finding stuff. And them paint stains are awesome. It's a way more intimate object than like this. They used that to rub that down flat like that last one. It would have took hours and hours, and then they applied paint to something off of it. It's like an ancient paintbrush. Alright, I'm back. I haven't been finding a lot of stuff, but them paint stains are a day maker. Look at this hard stone. it's been all pecked out on both sides. I think it's some kind of like nutting stone, but I don't find many hard stones. I just got this, and this is where I found them agate basin bases and stuff. And that almost looks like it's a tool, some kind of little knife, but it almost looks like a square knife in some ways. But it's junky kind of. But I got I've got multiple broken arrowheads, multiple blades, but the paint stains in that little cup are cool. I'm gonna try to get a real nice point, but as you can see, there's no beach. I've been sifting underwater all day. That's the issue, or I'd have multiple points. All right, I'm gonna do a little tutorial on these paint stains. This is definitely a paint cup because this stuff was coming out of a sandy bank. It was all laying in a pocket, and there was no other gravel. It was all flint and Indian material and fire rock. And then a Mississippian man was using this with these stones, and you can see how this one's all faceted down, and it's real heavy like lead, but it's natural hematite. And when you add a little water or spit and rub this on a rock, you see how it gets that facet. This one's just awesome. Look at this. I mean, that Indian's rubbed that rock in half, and this took weeks. He was making paint with this. This is as hard as metal. But right here, you can see spit a little bit. Spit works the best. It makes it a paste. Look here. And they were getting this paste off of a big piece, and look at that paint. They were painting lots of stuff with it red, and that was a little paint cup. 4 of these stones that I found right in there by it. It's right from a fire pit. So this is a paint setup from a Mississippian man. And this is an oxidized piece. You can see how this is a little softer, but you can see how I'm starting to get a facet there. Starting to get a facet on this. Sorry about that tractor noise in the background. That was my dad pulling the tractor around in the garage. But there you go. You can start to see the facet. This is just how it was done. And the more spit you add and the more you rub it on there, the thicker the paste gets. It almost is like a crayon after a while. And they were probably scraping it up with the edge of a piece of flint and putting it right in that little pot and letting it dry and, you know, whatever. But that's a pretty cool little thing. Later. Alright, I forgot to show you this stuff. Here's other broken stuff I found today. It's Memorial Day. That's a corner off a Mississippian point. That goes with that stuff. Here's another tip off, and I'd say that's Mississippian. Here's a preform from this morning and another knife. But all of these flint tools came with these paint tools. This little blade, and right there's the Mississippian point. It's got a little damage. And here's another little blade. Here's a tip. And here's 2 pieces of Mississippian pottery. You can see it there. That's the best piece. And then I got this little tiny one. You can see how it's fired on the inside there. That's what it is, Indian pottery. So I love this. I love stuff like that. And this blade's pretty nice. Not, you know, not my best stuff, but, you know, it's not bad for Memorial Day. Was hoping for a real nice point, but, you know, that's how it goes sometimes. But this stuff's real cool. Later.